But yeah, I mean, we can go get started. I appreciate you doing the podcast. Really, thank you a
Mhm.
lot. I think it's great. Um, it's pretty crazy how we met. I mean, I just showed up here looking.
I don't remember.
Ollie and Laura
Ah,
told
oh,
me to
yeah,
come here and get some brownies and some
yes,
cake and stuff, and that's when I came up here and found you guys and met Zach and Israel and your sister
Mhm.
and yeah, you guys got a good energy, a good vibe here, and that's kind of what I want to talk about is like what you're doing here, like what you're doing for the community. Obviously you're a surfer, um, but yeah, man. So without further ado, I want to, if you want to give yourself like a brief introduction
Mm.
about yourself.
Mm.
Obviously your name Kayosha,
Mhm.
and and um, and yeah, you're here living in Puemape, Peru. We're here in Peru in the northern part in this beautiful desert area, this
Mhm.
beautiful landscape. But yeah, I want to let you, if you want to
Introduce you.
introduce yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Kayosha, and I from worldwide. I don't like to say like from some part of the world because I feel from every place that I visit before. And yeah, I'm an artist. I'm an activist right now, and a surfer. Um, yeah, it's my first time on podcast, but I wanted to take the opportunity to spread out my cosmovision and my intention to this community
Yeah.
right now. So yeah, I'm here to to tell you about Poemape, about this art, or about the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here to be everything clear, or even to learn also,
Yeah.
be together, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you. Yeah, and I think it's awesome what you guys are doing here, and we'll talk more. Obviously, we're going to talk about like the organization and what you're doing here. But first I want to start off like how did you end up here? Like, how did you arrive in Puemape? Like, because you all are you don't you guys were originally kind of like living in Lima, right? You and your sister, you were in Lima, correct?
No, no, I born in Japan
Oh,
because part of my mom, the family of my mom,
yeah,
I mean, they are from Okinawa. Is an island in Japan.
yeah,
I think it's popular. I
yeah,
don't know if you hear
yeah. I've
about.
heard about it. Yeah,
Yeah, so I born in Japan, not Okinawa, in Shiga, and then I moved to Peru when I was 6 years old, and then I learned Spanish, and yeah, like the whole history start there,
yeah,
like because I learned surf here, but
yeah,
I arrived Puemape because I was hanging out with a girl from France, and we were in Chicama because people local surfers, I mean Peruvian, and also tourists as you,
yeah,
uh, always visit the same place in Peru, like south of Lima, like Punta Hermosa, Punta Rocas, Costa Verde is south of Lima, Huanchaco, and then north,
yeah,
Huanchaco, Chicama, and then just jump straight to Lobitos, Mancora, but never this place that we are right now, Puemape, Pacasmayo. So I was with this girl in Chicama, so I remember that exists Pacasmayo and Puemape.
yeah,
So Chicama was really small and I was boring.
yeah,
So we took a van to Pacasmayo, and we arrived Pacasmayo like midday, and was so windy. And then I just remember Puemape because I remember I hear it uh, once,
yeah,
like long time ago. Actually, I'm a local guy from Macaja. It's a beach in Miraflores. So I hear it about Puemape long time ago. I never forgot. And then next day we came here and was windy, was small, but I I realized that this small town is different because um, it's not crowded, uh, not noise, doesn't exist noises all the time. And so we changed our plans to stay from Pacasmayo. We moved here to Puemape to see about the wave.
Yeah.
Yes, like that. I just arrived Puemape, but was like 3 years, no more, like 4 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
And then just I stayed for 2 weeks here in a hostel, and yeah, man, those days was so good the way. So I just involved more with Puemape, with the way of Puemape,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Was special because was uncrowded and yeah, like amazing waves here. So when I leave Puemape, I just talk about Puemape to my brother and say like, oh, it's amazing. It's a ghost town because yeah, it's a ghost town and good waves there. And it's kind of expensive because the hotels here are really expensive. And there is nothing there, like no markets, but have the wave. So it's like everything for surfers, you know.
Yeah.
So and then few months later came the quarantine, and so my brother make a plan to go to Puemape for the quarantine, and I saw my brother and say, "Fuck! Like it's a good idea because there is no police. Like we come there, we can surf for these 2 weeks because the president say like for 2 weeks everyone is gonna be just on quarantine, you know."
Yeah. For COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, for COVID. I remember it was a Sunday and was my second time I surfed Pico Alto. Pico Alto is one of the biggest waves of Peru.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
And
Yeah.
I was so happy because was official. I think was like kind of 15, no. How much is 6 meters?
6 meters is like 18 feet.
At 18 feet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a big
yeah, and I
wave,
think
man.
I was in the water 4 hours and just take one wave, but
Holy shit.
was a side like gnarly drop,
Yeah.
and I made it. Nobody saw me, but it's okay. But then same day I went to the restaurant like to celebrate because I was so happy, and then just I start realizing like everyone was talking about the quarantine, the TVs also, and my brother called me to this plan to
Yeah.
go to Puemape, and I was only with my bag from the beach,
Yeah.
and I say, okay, and was already like 9 p.m., so I didn't have to go to my house, take some stuff, and
Yeah.
go to Puemape. So I just went like that. So and like that. We make this journey. So the plan was to go to Puemape, you know,
Yeah.
because here is gonna be safe and the freedom was here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's like no one around.
yeah, no one. And so we first arrived to Chicama, and we thought like Chicama we can serve, but there is a, how you say, port? No,
Yeah.
the main port.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of control. So of course have police
Yeah.
and military.
Right. Right.
So we walk from Chicama to Puemape.
Really?
Yeah, it was like half day. We camp in the middle of in the middle of Chicama and Puemape.
Oh my gosh.
And then we made it to Puemape next day, like midday, and the waves was like amazing, and yeah, we camped in a abandoned house. Uh, You can say abandoned house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed together for 1 month because they met a local guy and they moved to his house, and I prefer to be at the beach camping, for 7 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Man.
Like I say 7 months, but at the start I thought was 2 weeks because the president said 2 weeks,
Right.
and then 2 weeks more, and 2 weeks more, and then was 7 months in Peru.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I just went with my with my only bag from the last session in Pico Alto, you know. Yeah, and was even to myself, like I cannot believe, because looks like a history or like a movie, this thing, but everything was real, you know. We was trying to escape to don't be like in quarantine, you know. We made it, but also at the same time I think that thing happened for some reason, because then I started the social project, you know.
Yeah. That's incredible. And so there was like the reason you guys walked from Pacasmayo
from
Chicama to Puemape was because there was an inspection. There was like a roadblock, and they wouldn't let you pass. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, we did it like almost we couldn't, but we did it.
Yeah.
Because like militaries everywhere, like it was horrible for other people, but for us was like the best. The best. Yeah, man, like surfing every day alone with good waves, and day 1, day 3 of quarantine we was happy, day 15, day 90 we was saved, like so happy. So
what a dream, man. Yeah, what a dream.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. You was like,
well, I was in Colorado, and I had just gotten back from Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, and I kind of wish I would have stayed in Mexico. But I got back maybe 2 weeks before the quarantine and when COVID became like a thing, right?
I think.
And so by that time I was back in Colorado, and it worked out. You know, I mean, it was a beautiful spot. Every day I was mountain biking and rock climbing.
Oh, in quarantine?
During quarantine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so it was fine, but I wish I would have stayed in Mexico, because then I could have surfed with nobody around, and yeah, it would have been.
A lot of people like suffer a lot, like.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're talking about it in a good light, but in reality, I mean, it was a very serious time, and you know, a lot of people did suffer and you know, hurt from that. And so like, what would you? Because I want to talk a little bit more about this area in like Puemape, like, you know, how would you describe, you know, like the way of life here, and you know, not just Puemape, but like the zone of northern Peru, and you know, like how do people live here? You know, like especially in Puemape.
First of all, like I told you before, like this area is still unexplored area, you know, because have not just only wave, have culture, have gastronomic tourism, also local artists. I met a lot local artists that they don't know how to like find a way to become a real artist, you know. So there is a lot of things. Also the problem of the local society here, you know, education, this thing here is so different than the capital. You know, like I when I moved from Japan to Lima, Everything was so material, so selfish, but even I didn't realize, you know. And also I was alcoholic, and but then I learned surf, and then just I have a transcendental transformation. So yeah, like I start looking the things different, or not different, like real, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this area needs a lot of support, you know. But talking about your question about here, have a lot of history. I think that's the first thing that I can share you. I'm not like archaeologist. I don't know how to say archaeologist, but here have a lot of culture, you know, pre-Colombinas, or or museums, you know. Also here in Puemape have a pre-Columbian culture. Is the name is Cupisnique. So yeah, have a lot of potential, but it's like abandoned. Like that, like this culture, like. So also have the international waves, I can say, because they are long, for beginners, intermediate, or advanced, you know. Like I saw a lot of athletes coming here to looking about the Peruvian waves, you know. Because in other countries maybe don't have this kind of wave, you know. Like Chicama, like Pacasmayo, Puemape, and I mean all the coast of Peru, it's like blessed, I can say. And yeah, in this area I think is unique also because have the fishermen on the ancestral boats, the caballito totora. So this thing is part of the old culture, you know. Moche, you know. So and they're still using it today, and they still using it till today. So yeah, like I like a lot of that, because even the past, even the years are passing, or the technology is how you can say, changing or advancing, they still on the ancestral boat. So crazy. Yeah, they are paddling. I have one also. Maybe you should try it. Yeah, maybe surf it. Yeah, or surf it. Also, I realized in this part of Puemape have a lot of agricultura. How you say that? Agriculture. Farming, they say that like the best rye of Peru is from San Pedro. So I don't know. They say that, but yeah, have a lot. Have quinoa, have espárragos. I don't know how to say espárragos. Asparagus, onions, a lot of fruits, rice. So sometimes when like on summer happen this thing like politics things, and people close the main road to move. For us it's not like so bad because have the agriculture, you know. So it's a good spot, you know, and it's cheap. And I'm talking about, but also remembering, uh, I like a lot here because when I arrived from quarantine, uh, for everyone was difficult, even for me. I was surfing, everything good, but I mean to be alive, everyone needs money to buy food or basic things. So in San Pedro is it's like a developing town. Near from here, where you can buy your stuff, foods, those things. People was so humble, so nice to me. So even people from the market. So I think those things was like really deep, you know. And just stay here, because people are
Yeah.
was really different than the city. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing with the citizens. You say that, right? Or how you say from people from city?
You could say like, yeah, you could say like city sense, or like, it's like you're not really a city person.
City person.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel that.
Yeah.
So like to me this was like mind blowing, but for
Yeah.
them was like normal. So
Yeah.
maybe in provincia, how you say provincia?
Providence.
Providence, like out of capital,
Yeah.
people still like that. Maybe you're gonna see in Juarez or
Yeah.
here, I don't know. But I think it's not just happening in Peru. I think all the cities have this kind of vibe, like
Yeah.
everyone is like I don't I'm not have a conclusion of the people from city because I have friends,
Yeah.
but I think exists good people, but I think it's good to explore out of there so you can realize more about we can do as a person,
sure.
as a human,
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that thing I like from this area.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's amazing like how people live up here, because like a lot, especially even more north of here, it's like desert. I mean, and it can be hard to make money, and like even to provide for your family, or basic things like gas and food. And that's like one thing I see here in northern Peru is like people are like survivors.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's some cities, and Chiclayo, there's, it's kind of a bigger city, and even more north there's a city, but the majority of these places are very rural, and there's, I mean, if they don't have tourism, then there's agriculture. If they don't have agriculture, then they're fishermen. And there's not really much option, other ways to make money.
Still deserts.
Yeah. Yes.
A photographer,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. It's amazing, and that's why I kind of like it's raw and rugged, and that's kind of why I like it so much.
Yeah, I think I need to pay the price to live here, like if I cannot with surf lesson, I need to do this,
Yeah.
or learn a new thing, or see what about construction with Adobe, maybe have a job. So,
For sure.
but right now I'm doing like deserts, those deserts that you tried,
Yeah.
and also as a photographer. So uh, it's not a lot, but helped me to the basic things,
Of course.
But
Yeah.
I think for like as you said, like for everyone here, like must to have a lot of options to work. Yeah.
For sure. And those who are listening, Kayosha has the best brownies in all of in all of Peru. Really good stuff. And yeah, like real quick though, I want to talk a little bit more about that boat. What is it called? The Tatakura.
Caballito de Totora.
Caballito de Totora.
Sí, sí, sí. I'm not a specialist about
but for people who might be listening.
Sí, 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 sí. I can talk to you about the fisherman of Puemape because have Caballito Totora in Chiclayo, in Pimentel.
Yeah.
In Pimentel Beach. I was there 3 days ago, 2 days ago. They have a different shape of the boat. It's same material, the Totora.
Yeah.
Also we have in Pacasmayo, have in Puemape.
Yeah.
I'm not sure in Shikama they use caballito. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And also Huanchaco, but the fisherman here told me to the material, the Totora, grows in Huanchaco. So they went to Huanchaco to buy it, to the local fisherman, bring here, and they construct right here.
Yeah.
And they construct one for me.
Yeah.
But have different shape.
Yeah.
Maybe if you go tomorrow to Huanchaco, you will see like they are more like a surfboard. Here is more like a boat.
Yeah.
Because I think Puemape, talking about the waves.
Yeah.
This we can say point,
Mhm.
is really sensitive to the any swell.
Yeah.
Even where is no swell, have always something.
Yeah.
So they need a bigger boat to like just paddle less and like move more, you know?
Yeah.
Because when have like a swell, just it's so easy to close out, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
I think, well, I'm 90% like sure that the fishermen from Puemape, I think they are the most like psycho guys because they went out there when it's like big. I didn't see that in Huanchaco or maybe Pimentel also, but here like they are like
Yeah.
really good like uh, also surfers because sometimes the foam breaks on them and they just like lay down
Yeah.
and they surf. Yeah.
I saw
Sometimes,
that. I saw
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ah, you saw them.
Yeah. The other day I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that
yeah,
happen. Yeah. The
yeah.
guy was coming
So
in and he caught a
yeah,
little wave. Yeah.
yeah. And I have a friend who work with Totora also, and he told me it's a kind of fiber,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like in the U.S., like people who make baskets, like
Mhm.
weaving baskets.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. It's a
stuff
plant. It's a
it's a
plant.
type of plant.
See,
Yeah,
see, see,
yeah,
see. And I think this thing grows like with green color, and then just they wait to dry and became that color,
yeah,
like yellow color, but you can ask more information in Huanchaco because they are like, I think their start the Caballito Totora.
yeah.
I think.
That's amazing. And like for those who don't know, it's like this little boat. It's like this little boat made out of tatora, or how do you say that? Tatora or
Totora, sí.
tatora, and it's just this little boat, only big enough for one man and his fishing gear, and they paddle using a bamboo paddle,
Uh-huh.
and they paddle out in this gnarly surf and out into the ocean, and they do it. You know, whenever the ocean's calm enough, they go out and they set out their nets and fish, and it's just amazing. It's really cool to see how that history and that culture is still so strong and present here. And I think it's so cool to see it because
Yeah.
you don't see that much where I'm places that I've visited or even in the United States you don't really see
Yeah,
that.
it's just only unique in this area. You cannot find more north of Peru or south of Peru. It's just this part of Huanchaco, Puemape, Pacasmayo, Chicama, till Pimentel. Only that area. Maybe one more. I don't know, but only this area you can see the different types of fishing.
Yeah.
Only change the shape of the caballito, and yeah, like you can ask more about that in Huanchaco for sure.
Yeah. That's amazing, man.
Mhm.
So yeah, I kind of want to move on a little bit. Like you mentioned you had moved here. You started becoming more invested in the community, and you began this organization called Puemape Planet,
Uh-huh.
correct? And so,
Yeah.
so how did that all come about?
Yeah, I just choose that name. I felt that name because on quarantine, right? Looks like this place looks like different planet. Like everyone was suffering, and this was like everything good. I mean, suffering because someone loses his family, or suffering in their houses because they want to go out. Uh, I don't know how feel that because I didn't experience that, but I know that was horrible for a lot of people, and for that I call this kind of name, not just the quarantine, because also I forgot to explain you. Also, Puemape is like a so quiet place. Like it's so difficult to find now in whole the world. I think like whole the world developing so much that everywhere is business, it's noise. So because of that, also I put that name because when you arrive here, it's so different. Like it looks like a 90s town, or 80s town. So
yeah.
also for that, and yeah, like I just remember I have a dream that I can make it real, the project to be like a ecological place,
Mhm.
and the the project starts because when I was camping in front of the beach for 7 months, like I told you before, uh, I saw three local kids trying to surf just in front of our house here with broken boards. So uh, it's hard to explain to the people because doesn't looks real the history, but it's real. Like
Yeah.
this guy was trying to surf with broken boards. So when I saw that, I just remember before I was surfer and after when I became surfer.
Mhm.
Before I was lost. I was I wasn't me.
Yeah.
And then when I met the ocean, I became the person that I want to be like better, every day, So when I was looking then at the same time, I was have a lot of reflection and memories. And I think even for you, the surf, the culture of surf, of philosophy of surf, uh, have a lot of things, positive things.
Yeah.
And I said like I would like to teach to these guys to share. And also I'm a surf instructor. I am really good. And then like that I start thinking, just thinking to not do a project, just to teach them.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that I start to thinking, and then I after quarantine I go back to Lima just to ask for some help to my idea. But I need boards, I need wetsuit, and people help me a lot. The surf school from Acaja, they help me a lot. They believe me because sometimes you share your idea and nobody believes you, but they know me. Like I was always a quiet guy and honest. Then in October of 2020, I go back to Puemape to start the project, and I start to teaching the local kids, doing micro beach cleanups, and then just the the wheel was, how you say, the wheel was like flowing.
It was turning. Yeah.
Yes,
It
turning.
started happening.
Yeah, it's turning happening. Like I didn't plan anything. I'm just learning empiric, like autodidacta, because I didn't learn like manage the project management, nothing. I think my dream, my intention was really clear, and I felt like I want to live more because I want to make real. It's a purpose of life. I think if somebody have a purpose, have a motivation to next day wake up and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
For the goal. So yeah, I think I felt in Puemape, I found my purpose of life. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
special, man. That's special.
Yeah.
And like through this program, like, other than these kids like learning how to surf, like what benefits, can these people experience? Can these kids experience?
Yeah.
Like
Like the benefit that I have with surf was like change my all the perspective, awareness, became more healthy person. So I want to just share that. Today realize that they have one option to become uh, different person, because you have bad and good, but if you only just know one way, maybe you don't think there exists another one. So I met both ways. So the bad wave that when I was like alcoholic and all of the stuff, also thief, and then I met ocean, so I already realized that I have two ways. So
Yeah.
I think people must to know that, so they can choose, you know. But if they don't know, it's difficult, you know. So
Yeah.
I was just sharing the thing that I like, is the nature, and the benefits are like same that I experience, you know. But the goal of this project is promoting the the conservation of the local ecosystem, Puemape, and promoting the awareness of the environment.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the project. But we use the surf as a tool to connect people to the nature, to reconnect.
Yeah.
Because all the time we are connected because we breathe, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes we forgot that. It's normal because we are in our little minds, and just we take a space to make remember the people to we need nature, and nature need us, you know.
Yeah.
That's the project. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a
Oh,
it's a flag.
it's like, what the fuck is that? Sorry. That's amazing. That is really cool. And I imagine that, like, also like mental health, like when you have the opportunity to get out, let's say you're in maybe a bad situation, you're a kid growing up in a bad situation. It's tough for kids these days growing up, and they have that outlet, like you're saying, to have that other option. It can be really beneficial, and especially to your mental health, like to be able to go out, release that energy. You're able to breathe, you're able to like feel the ocean. It's almost like therapy,
Mm-hmm.
like therapeutic.
Yeah.
Which is just really cool. Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that without this program, like, do you think like, kids in this area, would they have that same opportunity to learn? Would they have that opportunity? Without this program, I mean,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like,
If they have the opportunity, like before I arrived here, yeah, like I told you, this place an explorer's place. So for sure, anyone have the opportunity here to realize a lot of things.
Yeah.
And also with the project, I want to community realize the natural amazing resource that we have, that is the wave, because you are here because the wave.
Yes. Yeah.
So also we have that part to make the conservation of the wave, because I think surf can help to develop in the community like integral form.
Yeah.
Integral.
Integrate.
Integrate form, you know.
Yeah, to integrate the community.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. And yeah, like you have the example of Chicama. Like Chicama is Chicama because of the waves, the surf.
Yeah.
People already realize about the wave, so they respect the ocean, they respect the beach, and maybe you realize that the beach is, I think, one of the cleanest beach I see in Peru.
Yeah.
Or no?
Yes. I would agree. Yeah.
So
spotless.
Yeah. So people, they don't know yet, but we are here to communicate, to show, to see the list of the surfers who visit Puemape, and because of that I ask you your name. Yes, I don't know if you remember. Talking about the kids, I think they don't have the opportunity because the cycle is repeating again and again, and I can explain you because the kids that the project have, his parents they work, but they are alcoholic, or they like parties, and the kids are there. And once one kid from, I think, a teenager, and start drinking with them, with the parents, and now he have a son with 16 years old, and also the parents have a lot of sons. And 2 days ago or yesterday told me the grandfather of the kids that came the albergue where put the kids.
Oh, like what do you mean? Like
When kids are abandoned.
oh.
Yeah. 2 days ago came this the albergue. I don't know how do you say albergue.
Like abandoned, right?
Where puts the kids to you can like take them.
Like an orphanage.
Orphanage, yeah. Came to the kids from the project because the parents are not there all the time, they are abandoned and take all the kids. Just 2 days ago just happened that. And to me it was sad, but also I know it's true that, and that cycle repeats with the kid of the teenager kid. He have a son, and gonna repeat the cycle, it's like that in not just this area, in I think whole Peru, that the thing about education, and I think with surf it's a door where you can meet a lot of people from different cultures, like right now. And you can see different mindset or philosophy, and then you can start learning new things or new options. Because in the ocean you can meet artists, you can meet professionals, like like I don't know, like all types of people, or all types of colors. So I think ocean connect us all, and then the kid can like realize about the things. This is bad, this is good, that this is not correct. I think it's really difficult, not just for the kid, for the people. I think they don't see the light because there is no an organization or a group that are here to support, because Peru is corruption here. So this is another thing, but I don't gonna give up about the corruption because I don't gonna stay like that waiting for somebody help me. I think that things you do when you want, and like it's hard here, but we already are changing life here of the kids.
That's amazing, man. It must be so special to see that, and see the work that you've done, and the changes that you've influenced, which is special, man.
Yeah, already the kids love the ocean, the waves. They are sick for surf. We went to Chicama, we went to Pacasmayo. They won contest in Huanchaco. So
cool, man.
Imagine with more organization around the coast of Peru, giving these opportunities. It's not to become athletes, the kids. The thing is to become more awareness about where they are, the identity, the self thing of the place, like you feel like grateful to be from that place, origin from that place. I think here people don't have, like, they are like kind of shy when they say I'm from Pacasmayo, from Puemape. They like they don't agree, They feel less than the people from capital, it's a lot of things happens that, but we don't care that actually, because we are putting more energy in solution than the problem, to see the problem.
That's awesome, man. And I know you mentioned, like, you also do like trash pickup days, and you like pick up trash. You talk about like why it's bad to like litter, and so I kind of want to talk about, like, segue into this other organization that you work with called Hazla por tu Playa.
Yeah. they start helping us, I think, last year.
Your dogs keep farting.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Good inspiration. Um, I think they start helping us like last year. Like this organization, it's here in Peru. I don't know how many years, but it's a big organization.
Yeah.
And they support uh, groups, organization, or events to promote the beach cleanups. So they realized that in Puemape exists a group of surfers that want to try something to conserve this place.
Mhm.
So they help us with the bags, with bags for recycling,
Yeah.
from course to learn more about the management of trash, because it's not everything to put in the black how you think, like plastic bag.
Yeah.
All mix, it's all about to separate, know how weight you pick up in the beach in that day. Yeah, they have a lot of real datos.
Mhm.
How you say datos?
Like data, like information.
Like real information every year. Like how much of Coca-Cola bottles they found in 2019 or this brand, or so they are really organized. So with them, we learn a lot about beach cleanups. Like before, we was just putting everything in black thing, the photo, because it's always good to have evidence of our work to ask for more help. But now we are like separating, saving the information. Like this year, we pick up this. This was plastic, and also inspire me to this year make a recycle campaign with the community. Like we organize on summer all the community, and to management the thing that they consume. So we gave them uh, four bags for plastic, for metals, for how you say carton? Carton? See? And glass. And was a success because people support our campaign and realize like we can save a lot of trash, because it's not trash. So yeah, like then we can realize that when people organize, can do the right thing, the things right, So yeah, we are not working together with Asla Porto Playa. Only like when we need help, they like support us.
Okay.
That's the thing,
Mm-hmm. And why do you think, like, because like I see that so often in Latin America, not everywhere, but like in Mexico, it's a big problem. Like trash, you go to a beautiful, pristine beach, and maybe it's a surf spot as well, and there's just trash everywhere, and you see that in like northern Peru, you see that a lot. And like, why do you think that is? Do you think it's just people just aren't aware? They just don't have that education that, hey, like, if you put this plastic bottle here, it's going to be there forever. And, how can that be detrimental to your ecosystem? Do you think it's just, like, why do you think that is? Why is that such a problem?
It's so hilarious because
it's a big question.
Yeah, it's so hilarious because when I arrived Peru, when I was 6 years old, the first question that I have in my mind was same. Why people no. Why is so dirty Peru?
Yeah.
And why is like everything mess?
Yeah.
And I asked that to my mom, and my mom was like on silent. Yeah. So I carried that back till Puemape.
Yeah.
In Puemape, just like I just leave my bag because I was all the time like I don't know how to say the expression, like too much for me, like leaving and became surfer and see these things,
Yeah.
like for me was really hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, really hard. And in Puemape we have expression like in Peru we have expression that the glass, like the water was like, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't know how you
Overflowing.
yeah, overfalling because
Yeah.
it was too much, you
Yeah.
know, from when I was arriving 6 years old till I don't know how many years passed when I was in Puemape, you know, like,
Yeah.
so I canalizing, not just screaming or saying that that's the people, you know, the government, no, just canalizing to find a solution and
Yeah.
make the project, you know. But here I think is the thing I think is the thing that I told you that people they don't know the options.
Yeah.
You know, because if you show them that you have an option to that uh, plastic bottle, you can put it here, and this gonna recycle to make a new one and learn all the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can understand. And also showing how years take to the degradation degrade on the beach or the natural
Yeah.
spaces, you
Yeah.
know. Maybe could be that because most people don't know that.
Yeah.
And also because it's part of our culture.
Yeah.
I grew up in Japan and I remember all the time show us the thing about to be like everything clean,
Mm-hmm.
like how would say the opposite of mess?
Clean.
Clean,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
very
Organized.
Yeah, organized.
So I think also is the education. I
Yeah.
think in the schools or in the even in your house, I think is important, you know, because like for me and maybe for tourists, it's so horrible when you go to a public bathroom. Like man, like man, that's the worst, man, in Latin America, man. Like that's the word. Yeah, 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 man. I
It's
need
a
to.
nightmare.
It's a nightmare, you know. But I don't know how it's in other, not developing country, but where people have more education. Maybe they care the other one who's gonna come next, you know.
Yeah.
But here, people only take care in the house.
Yeah.
But out there is problem of the government.
Ah.
You know.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's something like that. Can I can telling you because I'm involved with the things of conservation. So I talk with the people, I see the people, and I realize a lot of things because I'm next to the problem, you know,
Yeah.
or next to the people, you know.
Yeah.
So could be also like that, you know, like it's not my problem. You know,
Right.
there is the guy who clean the beach, you
Yeah.
know.
It's his
We are
fine,
paying
fine.
taxes,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, but you know, I think if appears a lot of options like non-profit organization or companies or I don't know a small group to start doing this, I think uh, start like a virus, you know, like people start like changing their minds
Mm-hmm.
or even changing because oh look Chicama like it's clean and more tourism is coming, so sometimes because of money change also.
Yeah.
So we have a plan that we want to wake up the community that natural resource that we have,
Mm-hmm.
like the wave, so they can use this power, you know, to management the trash to help us to become our place clean, organized,
Yeah.
to the future visitors, you know, maybe because they gonna be better on his business, maybe they change.
Yeah.
But have a lot of things like, but I think more is the culture of the Peruvian. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I mean, it's good that you're doing these beach cleanup days with these kids because that's really what it starts.
Mm.
If you want to start that change, you have to start with the kids, right?
Mhm.
When they're young and because I mean the older generations, yeah, they can change but they're slow to change. But when the kids are brought up that way and they have that education, then they're more aware of it when they get older, right? So I think that's amazing. I think it's awesome. What you
Yeah, and yesterday I was reading and looking something that I think is really important. And we use the serve as a tool to reconnect people, because I think people, they don't have a space in the, in our day, to go to walk to the beach, or to walk in natural places. I think this we don't have, because everything is concrete. Also in the school, they don't have these trips to the forest. I think because of that, people forgot about the humanity, because we breathe there. I think this thing, like, we don't have too much. Because the normal thing here is, when you don't have plans, oh, let's go to the mall. I think you say mall, right? Everything is mall. Mall, or coffee. I love coffee, but it's everything like places that human create, the man create. But I think Peru needs more to conserve more space, to people have this option. Oh, because in mall you wasted your money to have good time. But in these places, no, like, you can, like, having good time and reflections, and realize a lot of things. And life is always answering the mystery of our existence.
For sure.
So I think also that, I think I was reading there, makes sense to me, because always the government is doing more projects, like more buildings, to have less of these places. So
which is unfortunate, but I think that, I mean, it's happening, right?
yeah, it's happening.
It's happening. And so, I mean, we could just keep talking for all day about this, for sure. But I want to kind of, like, move on to, like, a little bit more about you, and, like, because I know you're a photographer and you're an artist as well, and we're sitting here, like, with your beautiful work right here, which you just finished, right? Or
sí, last year.
Yeah, which is amazing, really beautiful. And so I want to talk about, like, that a little bit, like, about your art, and like, what forms of art do you work with? Is it just recycled materials that you find on the beach, or like, what
Yeah, I
art do you
remember
create?
when I was kid, I was doing some art, but then I just stopped. And here I start with this, because I made a lot of beach cleanups here in Puemape, like a lot. And I remember I saw the things, the garbage, but I start seeing, like, material. I don't know why. I remember this moment, like, uh, just from garbage, I was looking material, and I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I can do some art. So yeah, I make this frame with ropes of the fishermen, where you can find, I think, all over the world. Always you have ropes. Yeah, it's a way to wake up to the people, by the art. And also, yeah, I'm a photographer, because I want to show to the people the life that have Puemape. I mean, the fauna, flora. It's not about the restaurant or gastronomic things. No, have unique things. Like birds, like the fishes here. Like, Puemape is such a good place for fishing. Also, I want to show that part in this account of El Guardian de Puemape, to also became awareness to the people by the image, photos, videos. And like all the projects that I have, it's uh, all for um, be awareness about what is Puemape, you know,
Yeah.
because it's not just only the wave, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And where do you get that, you know, your inspiration?
Ah man, like I told you when I arrived Peru when I was 6 years old, I have that question and I was carrying like all my life,
Yeah.
and then I realized like I can doing something with the surf, like it's the one of the tool that we use, you know,
Yeah.
because everywhere have ocean, you know.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all of this video that I edit, I'm like beginner, but it's all about to wake up emotions, feelings, you know, because I have some image about the garbage, about the sunset or the ocean or the birds or the desert, so or the rocks, you know. So
Yeah.
I mix all of these scenarios to wake up some feelings, some reflection, you know. It's more than image, you know, I can say, you know.
Yeah.
With the art, same, you know. It's I'm more focused on reflection or emotions to the people, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's special, man. Yeah, that's cool. Well, definitely, I'll share your Instagram account, and we'll, you know, make sure to share some photos of your artwork and how people can connect with you on that, because it's really, you're really talented. It's really cool.
I have a question, like, for you, how was your experience here in Puemape? Like because you travel a lot of places, right?
Mhm.
Like billion places, like
Yeah.
have us different from those places that you visit from comparing here. I know it's a difficult answer because every place have his own thing, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess like for me, like Puemape, the reason I like it so much is because it's like there's nothing here. There's nothing here.
I knew that. I knew
that. And there's nothing here, but it's also like it's just like I was mentioned before. It's just so raw and rugged. Like it's just
yeah,
in the
raw.
middle of
I
the
like that.
desert,
Raw.
and you know it's either really windy or it's
We
really
are lizard,
hot.
like we are lizard.
Yeah. and so it's just like I really like that aspect of it, and as well it's just I don't know, there's just a really good energy here. It's like very, very, very chill, extremely laid back. Everybody that I've met, all the locals that I've met, are very, very calm, um, and yeah, I mean, and just the fact that there's this amazing wave out there, and there's no one here. No surfers really come here. They either go to Pacasmayo or Chicama. After they listen to this podcast, everybody's gonna come now. It's not gonna be a secret. No, I'm kidding. But and so I think like for me, it's that's kind of what I like so much about Puemape is that it's just I don't know. It's just so peaceful here.
It's peaceful.
Very, very peaceful.
I was asking that because same, not just same, but the last word as you say, peaceful. Same thing I found here, like peaceful. Yeah. And so when I felt that, I have my mind clear, so I can start or begin to construct something to be a better person. You know. Yeah. I think Puemape gives that to the people. You know.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. Gives you the time to work on yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Your English is pretty good, man. Huh?
And yeah, I want to talk also like because we've been talking about surfing a lot. But like, why is it that this area, you know, I mean, I know, but I kind of want you to explain to like whoever might be listening. Like, why is it that this area is so special for surfing? Like, specifically talking about like Chicama and Pacasmayo. Like, what makes it such a surf?
Like all of this area.
Just specifically, yeah, like between Pacasmayo and Chicama, you know, like the type of wave. Can you talk about like that, like the type of wave, like the longest in the world? Like,
right. Have the so long waves, like long waves, and you can surf with longboard, with foil, with paddle, with a board, with a twin fin, with a single fin. If you don't have wave in Chicama, you have wave in Puemape, or if it's flat in Pacasmayo, Puemape is pumping, or if a huge welcome here doesn't happen, like it's closed out everywhere. Like you can surf Chicama or Pacasmayo. So it's not like maybe in your town, like a huge swell come and then it's everything closed out and you just need to go to Mavericks to you know, like, but also it's an uncrowded spot. You can ride those ways from 3 feet till 10 feet, so it's for everywhere, from everywhere. Like I have now 4 years here living in Puemape, and I realized like it's like surf tourism in Peru, in this area, because we are talking this, it's like the evolution is so fast now. A lot of companies is coming with the surf trips with beginners to give the experience in Chicama, in Pacasmayo, or surf trip with kites, you know, in Pacasmayo, because also in Pacasmayo is good the wind, same as Puemape and Chicama, you know. It's good for kite, for wing foil, and like comparing to other places of Peru or up north or south doesn't have this, you know, like a long way with wind or no wind, or beginner or intermediate or advanced, and always every day in the year have always wave, you know. So and uncrowded.
And I think we have to mention that, like, I mean, in this zone, in this area that we are in Peru, you know, they have literally the world record for the longest wave in the world. And it's true, like the time that I've spent here in just two weeks I've been in this area, like I've ridden like the longest waves that I've ever ridden in my life, and which is amazing. I mean, you literally surf on a wave for more than a minute. And it's just by the time you get off the wave, your legs are burning, you know, and you're all the way down at the end of the bay, and you get out, you just walk, you know, an hour, 45 minutes back to the point, hop back in, do it again. It's amazing. It's really special, and you don't find that.
I realized for like when tourism here come here, like their mind blowing, like they don't believe like it's real, you know, till you drop the way, you still believe. It's difficult to believe like it's real, you know. I think we have this potential, but unfortunately we have the thing that not all the people is awareness of that, you know. Surfers are awareness, but people who don't surf, they are not. So that's the work that everyone have, you know. You as a surfer also, you can talk about the local people, you know. That I like, you know, when people from other countries come here and talk with the local people, like exchange, you know, ideas and philosophy, and then people normally ask why you are here, like, and you are, and tourism are saying like, hey, I'm here because I take the best way of my life. So you are helping to that project also, you know, because you are telling like you live in front of the way, and this is so good, you know, like you must to protect this thing, you know, because makes me so happy. I feel great, you know. I think surfers when come here helps a lot to our goal, you know, because you're gonna say to people, this is amazing, you know?
It's really unique, this place. Very unique. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a dream for sure to be here and to be, you know, chilling with you guys and hanging out and just be here in good company and with really good waves. So I'm learning a lot, and I definitely will spread the awareness for the area and hopefully try to give back in some way through this podcast, especially. And I guess one last before we kind of close things up, I kind of want to talk about like what's your vision for the future? What's your goals for the future? Like what do you hope to accomplish here in your community here in Puemape through your organization? Like what impact would you like to have in the future?
Right now we have a small problem that we don't have a place yet. This place we rent, but we need to out here in end of November, so we have that problem that we don't know where we're gonna move. But talking about in the future, for sure I would like to still doing the recycle campaign. I think this is gonna be the start to change the mind of the, not change the mind, to realize the right things to protect the this place, also to teach more kids, not just in Puemape, around Puemape, because surf is expensive, but they can't pay. So we want to give more opportunities, not just to the kids, to all the people around of Puemape, so they can know about the thing that we like, and also we have a campaign to protect the wave of Puemape. I'm gonna give you a link to you share you on the podcast.
For sure.
We need like around, we know that this organization that we are working with, we need like kind of $5,000 to protect the wave, because it's a lot of study to see the bank of the wave, and we are with that now, yeah, like depends now like where we're gonna move. So but we would like to keep doing the recycle things, and more surf therapy every summer, and if it's good, all the year,
Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah. I'm excited to come back and see what you guys have done and see the changes that, well, we're already experiencing these changes for the better, and I'm very excited to see what happens in the future. So
you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate it. You've got a good energy and good vibe here, and good people. So yeah, man, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll
thank you, Sean.
We'll make sure to throw in some links and some information about your organization and and your Instagram account for your art and photos.
Yeah, like if anyone is like interested to help us, to help Puemape, you can contact in Instagram, Facebook, like Puemape Planet. It's so easy to remember. For sure, this small village or ghost town have a lot of help, to protect this place, And another thing that I want to share you, I realized, because you will go to Huanchaco, right? Huanchaco was like Puemape before. You've been before in Huanchaco.
Well, yeah, right? I have, but yeah.
So it was a small town of fishermen, and then the meaning of the developing destroy everything. So we want to change the meaning of developing here with conservation.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, because it's Huanchaco's different for sure. And if things grow, which they do, and things change, it's good to do it with the right mindset, right? That's important. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Well, yeah. Well, if that's all right, I think we'll end it on that note.
Mhm.
And yeah, man, I appreciate it a lot.